Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Chinemerem. If it's your first time on here, hi, you are most welcome. Please do well to like this video, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, you are more than amazing. Thank you for coming back. So in this video, we'll be talking about the impact of the new rules on UK visa applications and frequently asked questions about UK visa applications. Now, there are so many questions that may be on your mind, especially with your documentation and all. So in this video, we'll be talking about all of that, about the impact and every other thing in between. Again, if you're looking to study or planning to apply for a UK visa and you don't know where to start, you are a bit confused, send an email to Premier Academic Consult and we'll help you, we'll guide you through the way. We will guide you all the way through the way to a successful visa application. Or if you haven't even applied to study and you're still planning to study in the UK, it is a little bit late for September if your plan is to start this September. But if you want to start January next year, that's January 2024, you should send a message to Premier Academic Consult and we'll start your process already. Good news is that many university portals are open to start applications for 2024 January. So if you are in this group, you want to start studying in the UK in January 2024, send an email or a WhatsApp message to the contact on the screen and we'll help you through the process. Now, you guys, let me go ahead with all the questions. So these questions, some people may be like, how did you know about all of this and all? So I was opportune to attend an immigration meeting, and one of the immigration advisors for UK student visas for a particular university talked to us through so many things. I was there to ask so many questions and they were all answered. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys these questions and their answers, and also more questions that were asked in the meeting and the answers to those questions. So you guys, let's get on with this video. One question that people have been asking recently is, can I use my spouse account for my proof of funds? So the answer to this question plainly is yes and no. Yes, you can use your spouse account if the person is already in the UK or if the person is traveling with you. Let's say, for instance, you are a woman and you are not doing anything. Maybe you are a housewife and your husband is the breadwinner or the person that is doing something that has a job or a business, and all the money is in his name, or he has money in his account, stuff like that. Let's say you're just a housewife, you're not earning so much money and there's no way you can prove that you are earning 20 million or you can make up 20 million in just a space of how many years. You can use your husband's account, but that is if your husband is applying together with you and will be traveling with you. Say, for instance, sometimes you may not even need to travel together the same time, like travel together, but most times you need to. But you have to apply. The main thing is that you must be applying together. You must be submitting your application document. You must be going for your biometrics at the same location. It shouldn't be different locations. Do you get that? So you can use your spouse's account if your spouse is already in the UK, or if you are going to be traveling with your spouse. Now, if you are not going to be traveling with your spouse and he is not already and he or she is not in the UK, you cannot use their account for your proof of fund. Even if he's a multi-millionaire and the person is in Nigeria and you're traveling to the UK and you want to use his account, you are not allowed to use his account except he's going to be traveling with you. What you will do in a case where he's not traveling with you and you don't have enough money, or you don't have enough proof to show that that money in your account is yours, or you don't have enough proof to show how you made the money in your account, you can ask him to transfer the money to your own account. Yes, that's basically how you can use your spouse account. That's the only way you can go about it. If your spouse is not in the UK and your spouse is not traveling with you, just ask him or her to transfer the money to your own account, and then you can now apply with that money. Well, he may write a letter stating that money in your account is coming from him, and if you just want to be safe, it's okay for you to put his proof of how he's making his money. Let's say his investments, his business details, his employment details, stuff like that. So that's the way to go about it. He should show a proof of how he made the money, not like a proof, like what he is doing to be earning such amount to give to you. Because UKVI will normally say that they need to know that the money in your account is made legally. So if the money in your account is not made legally, they won't grant you any visa. So let's say maybe you've gone to dupe people of their money and you're using it to do your proof of fund, they will not accept such. The second question that is very frequent is, can I use my parents' account? Yes, you can use your parents' account whether they are traveling with you or not. But it's going to be a bit dodgy if you are around 40 years and you're saying you're using your parents' account. I mean, somehow it doesn't really make so much sense. You can comfortably use your parents' account if you're going for an undergraduate degree. All you need them to do is just to write a letter stating that the funds in their account will be made available to you. And even those that are judging won't even find anything wrong with a child using his parents' account as proof of fund, because even if you as a child should bring a statement of 20 million and say it's your own money, how did you make it? I mean, what are you doing? Do you understand? So it's very logical and it's very okay for you to use your parents' account if you are a child, if you're a child student or if you're an undergraduate student. But if you're a master's student or a PhD student and you are maybe around 30 something years, 40 years, and you're saying you're using your parents' account, why? It's not like your visa will be refused, but it may be scrutinized. Well, in this case, if you are still using your parents' account at 30 something years, 40 years, ask your parents to write a letter to support that you have access to the money in your account, in their account. But in this case, you can just ask your parents to transfer the money to your own account and then you use your own account. So whether you can use your parents' account is yes, you can use your parents' account. The third question is, can my parents be my dependent? Your parents cannot be your dependent. Parents are not dependent. Your dependents are only your spouse and your children. Your parents, your uncle, your auntie cannot be your dependent. Right? I've gotten so many questions. I'm coming alone. My husband is staying back in Nigeria. I'm coming with my child. Can I bring my mom as my dependent? Your mom cannot come as a dependent. However, when you move, you can get a visitor visa for your mom or whoever you want to get a visitor visa for. You can get a visitor visa for the person, and the person can be visiting you and be helping you with childcare. Although you know that the person cannot stay beyond 6 months in the UK at once. So you will consider that as well. So when the person comes to visit you, the person should be ready to leave on or before 6 months expires. If not, the person may be classed as an illegal immigrant. The next question is, what rate should I use in calculating my POF, my proof of fund? Now, I've talked about this in the previous video. The rate you should be using to calculate your proof of fund now is 1,000 naira to £1 if you are from Nigeria. If you are from other countries, please calculate your proof of fund that's against what your currency is against the pounds. Yes, the British pounds. But if you're from Nigeria, I would advise 1,000 naira and above. Don't go and do too much, or you don't want to do too much that you cannot even prove. So just do something that is within range. 1,000 naira is okay, in my opinion. Another question I've gotten so much is, must I show a proof of fund before I can apply for my visa? If you don't show a proof of fund, you're not applying for any UK visa. You are not applying for UK visa without proof of fund. So yes, you must show your proof of fund before you can apply for a UK visa. Another question is, does the length of my course affect my visa? Yes, the length of your program affects the length of your visa. If you are going for a 1-year course, you may get a 1-year visa. For a 2-year course, you may get a 2-year visa, and stuff like that. So yes, the length of your program affects the length of your visa. The next question is, what time is the best time to apply for my visa? Now, the best time to apply for your visa doesn't even matter. What matters is that you can apply for a visa for like 6 months before your course starts. So if you have gotten admission very early and you feel I'm okay to apply for your visa now, and it's maybe around 7 months before your course starts or 8 months, you cannot apply. You can only apply for a visa 6 months before your course starts. So you have to consider that before applying for a visa. I normally advise people to get admission on time and then apply when there is no rush. Like this August, there will be a kind of serious rush. This August, there will be serious rush in visa application this month that even UKVI people will be surprised because so many people are applying now. So yes, the best time to apply is when there is no rush. Is just get everything done as soon as possible and apply, but make sure it's at least within 6 months before your course starts. Then the next question is, how long before my visa is ready? Well, standard visa processing time is 3 weeks. That's 21 working days. So it's 3 weeks. But sometimes you may get it earlier or you may get it later in some cases if they are taking time to decide on your visa. But if it's going to be straightforward, then you are going to be getting it in 21 working days. If for any reason whatsoever they may not give it to you in 21 working days, they will send you an email which is called a non-straightforward email. What this email means is that your application is somehow having K-leg and they cannot really decide whether this or that. So they may just say, you know what, we will give you a non-straightforward email, which means that they may take longer time to decide on your visa. But all in all, a non-straightforward email doesn't mean that your application will be refused. It only means that they need more time to decide on your application. So it's all good. So yes, if you're going for a priority visa, it's going to be 5 days, 5 working days. And if you're going for a super priority visa, you usually get your visa approved in maybe one working day. However, you know that you have to pay some extra money to this effect. So you're going for a priority visa or a super priority visa, be ready to pay more money than you would normally pay for a standard visa processing time. Then another question is there any way that my university can help me speed up my visa processing time? Well, no, your university cannot help you. In fact, they can't even do anything if your visa is refused. If anything happens to your visa, your university cannot help you. The only place they can help you is before the visa, but they can't even give you much help. But once your visa is refused or once you've applied for the visa, submitted your form, they cannot intervene again until your decision is out. So your university cannot help you speed up the process. The only person that can help you is UKVI. And how do you contact them? You only send them emails, and when they reply you, depends on them. So your university cannot help you speed up the process. One other question is, what UK address should I write on my visa application form, or must I write a address in my visa application form? Yes, in most cases you must have to write a UK address in your visa application form. But in a case where you don't have a place to stay or you've not even made arrangements for where to stay in the UK, you may ask yourself, what do Anna write in this case? Well, in this case, you can write your school address because they're the ones sponsoring you. So if you don't have an address of where to write, you have not made an arrangement for accommodation, just write your school address as your address, and that should be okay. Then some people will also ask for BRP. What is BRP and where can I collect it from? Do I collect from school or from post office? Well, BRP is biometric residence permit. In fact, it serves a lot of purpose in the UK. It's a form of identification. It's something that shows what you're here doing in the UK and how long you are staying in the UK. Your BRP also will tell you what you can access in the UK and what you can't access. It may not be very detailed, but it should tell you that you don't have access to public funds or what you can't really do. It's just going to be a brief something. So in most cases, your NI will be on your BRP. Your NI is your national insurance number, NIN, the national insurance number. That number is also a very unique number to you and don't share with anybody. So your BRP is very important. Very, very important. You collect your BRP once you get to the UK. I think I'll make a detailed video on that later. Now you should collect your BRP 10 days of your arrival in the UK or before your VNIT expires. For collecting from school or from post office, it depends on you. For me, I would say collect from post office. Reason is that if you state that you want to collect from school, and if your school is a school that requires 50% before you can enroll, they will not even give you your BRP until you have paid the 50% before enrollment. You may have more time before enrollment, and you like to get your BRP to do one or two things, but some schools will be like, we can't give you BRP until you pay your 50%. So if you want to avoid something like that, you should just go straight ahead and then get it from the post office and then come and continue your brouhaha with your school, because it's going to be a long ride though. It's going to be a really long ride. Guys, I think that's enough questions for today. I don't know if I touched on all questions. If I didn't, please ask in the comment section. This time around, please ask in the comment section. Don't ask in my inbox, please. Ask in the comment section so that other people will also see it. And if I don't answer on time, somebody else may be able to answer you. So it's best to ask more questions if you have any in the comment section. And if that's it, and if you have anything to add, also please kindly add that in the comment section as well. Maybe you've gone through the process and you have one or two things to share with us, you can add that in the comment section. Or if you want to come to our channel to talk to us about it, you are very, very free to contact me and we'll talk about it. Maybe you want to share your experience with people or tell people what to and what not to know. Then you can also go ahead and contact me via DM on Instagram. My page should be on the screen. So contact me on Instagram and we'll schedule a date for that meeting. So you can come and tell us what we should know about UK visa process and how your process went for you. And that's that about this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until I see you again in the next video, do take care, stay safe, and bye.